Hi, welcome back to the Mel-Tran Designs podcast. I'm your host, Melissa, also known as Ananzi on Ravelry and on Plurk and Instagram. I am Mel-Tran Designs. Today is Monday, September 7th, 2015, and I would like to welcome any new viewers and welcome back returning viewers. I'm so glad that you are going to check out my little corner of the world, and I hope you enjoy our time together. I'm standing in my room today because I don't have a ton of time and I'm wanting to just put a podcast out really fast because I didn't record last week and I would like to record today, even though it's Labor Day holiday here in the US, and it's actually about 9 o'clock at night. So today's been busy and I'll talk about that, but anyways, so things do look a little different. I am standing here knitting on one of my minis of the month. Oh, I left the other one that I finished out there. I'll have to show you next time. Anyways, and the lighting, a lot of the lights in my house have burned out, and the pesky ones in the ceiling fan in my living room burned out, and they're the ones with the, I don't know, the little tiny top. I hate that we have to get special bulbs just for that. And anyways, all of them are burned out. So I was like, hey, I have light in my bedroom, so I'll just stand here and talk to you and knit and hopefully not look too weird while I'm standing here talking to you. I guess I could always move this down and scoot back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. How's that? All right. Anyway, welcome, welcome. The last couple weeks have been fairly uneventful. Just kind of status quo, kids, going to school and me trying to get back in the swing of things after being gone for the week that I was gone. And that actually took me longer than it normally does. Not really sure why, but I really struggled with getting back to my normal routine. So anyway, but I think everything's back on track. I would like to thank all of you who have ordered my lotions. It hasn't been a crazy amount of people, but it's been a good start. I feel like it's been a solid start. So keep the orders coming. I um, I have plenty of stock on hand and plenty of empty containers to fill and plenty of ingredients. So please keep the orders coming. And thank you to my podcaster friends who have reviewed and will review my lotions. If you haven't seen them, Steve and Callie just put one up yesterday that, man, when I was watching it, I just had a big old doofy grin on my face the whole time because I was like, they're talking about my stuff. So, anyways, that one was great. Lisa talked about it. I honestly don't know if she's put up a podcast since then because I haven't checked. But in the last one I saw, I'm wanting to say like 141 or something like that, she talked about it as well. So you can hear people besides me talk about my lotions. So anyway, I can talk about today. Jake and Eli decided to go over to Jake's friend's house and game it up. And so the girls and I hit the road and went looking for an Idaho ghost town that I couldn't find. And so then we ended up just kind of driving all over the place and ended up out in Emmett and got some fast food at a local mom and pop place and some ice cream, and then actually kind of crashed the boys' party because I'm friends with Jake's friend's wife, and she had a couple things for me to pick up from her. And I was like, hey, we're driving around. Do you mind if I just stop over for a little bit? So we were actually there for, oh, I don't know, maybe about an hour and a half, I guess. So anyways, it was fun. Got to, see the boys for a few minutes, well, a little bit, and hang out with her. And anyways, so that was nice. Um, yeah, and then we came home. The girls wanted to go to the rec center and go swimming, and me and my scatterbrain, because today's a weekend day. So I said, sure, you can go swimming. I dropped them off at 7:40, which is usually when we're wrapping things up for the day and kind of heading towards bed. Not like they don't go to sleep that early, but we get everything put together for the next day and kind of start winding down and have them go in their room and read. And so they're still at the rec center because I told them that they could stay, and I'm not going to go back on my word. even though I realized it was a school night because I'm a good mom like that. Anyways, then after I dropped them off, I had just had Quinn with me, so we went out and went for a walk slash jog that oh, I'm tired and I'm kind of sweaty, which you can't see luckily, but I haven't done that in a very long time and it felt so good. I ended up getting 3 miles in before it was too dark and had to stop. And I have figured out a time during the day when I can start doing that and make it part of my daily routine again. And I think it'll be doable and fun. And anyway, so that was nice. And then we got home, and here I am. She's walking around. I'm sure she'll pop in and out. You'll hear her squawking. In fact, I can't hear her. Quinn! We'll see what happens. She's one that it's not always a bad thing if she's quiet, because sometimes she just finds something and plays with it. But I usually like to keep dibs on her. Anyway, all right. Let's see. That's happenings this week. Works in progress, I guess. Right now, what I've been working on just over the weekend, just to kind of have a mental break, has been the minis of the month from Lisa Fibernymph that she does. This that I have started is the July one. I actually have the first half done. I was doing both triangles at the same time. I'll show you here. I'm almost done with the row. I hate doing that. So I've gone back to one at a time. And I finished the first half of this one, the really bright yellow. Oh, it's so beautiful. And it's sitting out on the couch. I'm not going to go get it. But here's the other one. I think it's called Plumage, something like that. It has to do with a peacock feather. And then the yellow, I don't remember what the yellow is called. Do you have the kitty food? Are you feeding the kitties? Can I have it? Come here. Come on. Yeah, can you bring it over here? She has a little scoop with cat food in it. Anyway, so here's the ball all wound up. Here's how much I have. I go to 93 stitches, which pretty much leaves me just enough to do a Gardner-Kitchener for with both of the triangles, and I put them together. I finished the June one the other night. That's why I was like, dang it, I forgot that too. But that's all right. I'll just show those next time, or when I finish this one, I'll show them both. And I do have the August one sitting there. Thank you. Can I have that? Oh, thank you. She was saying thank you. All right, so that's in my cube bag by Madsen Originals without the handle. And that's on size, I don't know what size I'm doing. All right, so let's just keep going. I don't even know what happened. I tried to adjust my camera and then all of a sudden it froze and then everything went all crazy, and even the lighting now looks a little weird, so I'm hoping it kind of evens itself out. Maybe if I just scoot it back like that. Oh. There. All right, so sorry about that. Let's see if we can just keep going now that my computer's a little cattywampus. Okay, next thing on my needles is, well, September is the last month of the alphabet knit along that Lisa's hosting, and instead of just the big piece that I wanted to make, I was like, you know what, I want to make a couple smaller things just to make sure that I finished what I was sorry, that I make sure I finished the knit along. Sorry, I heard a sound. And also to get a little bit of a head start on Christmas knitting. Hopefully that sentence all made sense. I got sidetracked with the sound. So I found a washcloth pattern that started with a T. This is the tricolor dishcloth. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. Super easy. It's a repeat of 4 rows, and three of the rows, there are two of the rows are just plain knit, and the other two are pretty much the same, just are the same row, just kind of the opposite because you are doing the purl back, but it's the same pattern as you did the first way over. Anyways, like I said, it's a free pattern. It's really neat. The effect is really cool because you're rotating through the three colors. So anyway, you can't really see the green does do the same that the white does. So anyway, this is just out of some peaches and cream that I had, and then I went to Joann's to get some fabric and grabbed a cream of the sugar and cream. So anyways, that's a fun pattern to work on, and I'm not in a hurry to do it. I just sat down one night and was doing it. The things that I have finished that went really fast, I decided to crochet some dishcloths. Here's this one, and this is called something or other, textured dishcloths with single crochet or something like that. So anyways, there's this one with the same colorway, and then I wanted to use up what I had left of that, and then I had a couple leftovers of some other yarn, and so this was a really mismatched one, and then I grabbed this pink and have gone all the way around the edge to here, and then now I can't find my crochet hook. See, that's my biggest problem with crochet. With knitting, the thing that you're using is connected to your project unless you pull it out. With crochet, that's not the case. It can just slip out and a 1-year-old can wander off with it. So I am almost done with this, to the point where anyways, I might just pull out the edging and say that it's done. I don't know. So anyway, those were fun, and they all qualify for the knit along, and I'll be good. Another thing that qualifies for the knit along, because I was looking for something to do with this really cool fat chunky yarn that a friend of mine brought to knitting, and I was like, okay, that's just cool. It's Lion Brand Hometown USA. I think it's 100% acrylic. I don't have the tag with me. There's only something like 80 yards in a skein. You can see it's a super bulky. It's quite huge. So I am making the spaghetti. It's like the word spaghetti, but it's with a Z. And it was from Barocco. It was a type of yarn that they had. Anyways, it's a basket, just like a little yarn basket, and this is a free pattern. I'm modifying it in that I'm doing top down instead of bottom up, and instead of letting it stay round, I have put a purl ridge on four different spots, so that way when it's done, it'll actually be square, but I'm still following the pattern as far as the height and, you know, things like that. I just I'm following it but changing it at the same time. But anyways, it'll look cool, and like I said, it'll be a square, and it's on really big needles, size 11. I feel like I'm knitting with rope and tree trunks at this point. So it does start to hurt my hands after a while, so I can only do, you know, 4 or 5 rounds and then I'm done. But only a couple, you know, a few more times of that, and the whole body of the basket's done, because it's just a 5-inch. It's just a little, you know, fun little basket. The only other thing, no, that's a lie. Hold on. Let me lean over here. I was going to stand on the other side of the bed and the lighting wasn't right. 2 more things. One, I guess this isn't technically on the needles yet. I've started a swatch for, I'm wanting to make the Warmth Gilet, Gilet, and this is yarn that I got in Cannon Beach, Oregon. It's Madeline Tosh DK, and it's the Tidewater is what I'm wanting to say, colorway. So here's the swatch that I have, and I haven't measured it or anything. I wanted to see what it was gonna look like knit up, and I am loving it. Love it. So anyways, I have 2 skeins of this, which is enough to make that. It's also a free pattern on the Ravelry. Last but not least, this will be the thing that I start working on again, actually probably tonight. It's my Mama Vertebrae. So the body's done, and I really like how it turned out, how there's kind of that flashing, but it's not a solid. There's gray with that black, and then it's kind of the marled, and anyway, all the way done. And I had the whole front band finished too, and I decided not to go down a needle size because I wanted it to hang nicely, but in so doing, it made it like ruffly. So what I'm going to do is still keep the same needle size because I do like how it looks in the seed stitch that I chose. Instead of picking up 3 out of 4 rows, I'm going to pick up 2 out of 3, so that I have fewer stitches. And then I have these stitches across the back that I had done a provisional cast on with. And what I'm going to do when I go across is do 3 out of 4 and just do a knit 2 together across to use less of those. But anyways, the body fits amazing, and so I'm really excited to have this. I'm not going to show you the skeins because they look weird now that they're like wrapped together from this. The yarn is the Sassy Sheep in her Renaissance base in the Moonlight colorway. I think it's a size 5, 6, 5. I think it's a size 5 needle. Those are my darn pretties. That's all I have on the needles. Good grief. I do have some acquisitions. No spinning. On a design note, really quick, I decided not to submit my hat pattern to Knitty. I was working on it, just doing the final finishing touches so that I could submit it, and I was, getting ready to put the pictures in and all this stuff, and I just didn't feel good about it. And I've learned that even on small things, whether it's which colors to put together for a sweater, or even little things, if my gut tells me something, I just need to trust it. And my gut was just telling me, no, this isn't right for this. Nothing against Knitty, nothing against anything like that. I just needed not to. So I will be releasing the pattern. I'm hoping at the end of this month. I'm still not going to show it on here quite yet, mainly because I don't have it in my hand. But yeah, give me a couple more weeks and you'll all get to see it, and you'll get to start ordering gorgeous yarn for it, and we'll go from there. All right, I have some acquisitions. So I got this pattern at the Walmart, and it was 97 whole cents. And I love that it just hangs, and it's for stretch knit, so it's just going to go over, if you're in a chilly air-conditioned room or whatever. And you can see on the back, she has it tied. I most likely won't wear it like that. I just want kind of the drapey. Anyway, so I went to get the fabric for that and decided on this really nice kind of a medium gray. And what's funny is I had to buy more fabric for this than I did for my whole dress because of all that bunchy stuff in the front. While I was there, my friend who did the pictures of my hat for the pattern, she requested a super, super slouchy beanie, and she liked the really super chunky ones. And I know that they carry Lion Brand, so I got 2 skeins of the Hometown USA. Oh, hey, I guess I could look at that I said I didn't know what it was. 100% acrylic. All right. Anyway, she had one that she showed me a picture of, and it's going to be super easy. So I got some gray thread, and I got some elastic. You don't care about that stuff. So anyways, I will be making that soon. And I have a finished object that I didn't show you. So before I grab my other bag of acquisitions, I finished Camp Loopy Project 3. It's a quilt. I don't want to make a quilt ever again. I probably will in my future, but for a very long time, I don't want to. Everything that I did that I knew I wouldn't like about it, I didn't like. I did enjoy sewing the top, So I think if I do want to make a quilt in the future, I'm going to do what they call birthing a quilt. Go look it up. It's kind of cool. It's where you just sew them together and flip it inside out, and your top and bottom are connected. And then I'm just going to tie it with the yarn, because that was the part I hated the most, was actually quilting it. So I'm going to show you the quilt though the best I can. I don't know how much you can see, but anyways, I am very happy with how it turned out. And then I have solid colors on the back, and then this great orange for the binding. Oh, it must be 9:30. I was gonna say, why is my phone vibrating? But it's an alarm that I have going on. Okay. Anyways, there we go. Camp Loopy 3 is done. My first time ever I've done Camp Loopy, and I don't plan on doing the fabric side ever again, but maybe next year I will be able to do the sewing side of it, the knitting side of it. All right, so the other night I was invited out to Sweet by my friends out there to go have dinner, and one of them has a little yarn shop, and there's a knitting pattern, a sock pattern that I found that I thought I had remembered seeing the perfect yarn for in her shop. So I said, hey, when we're done here, is your shop open for a little bit? Because it's at her house. And she's like, sure. So I went over there. Unfortunately, it was the yarn that I remembered, but it was the wrong weight. It was a worsted weight. But I do plan on buying that eventually. I ended up buying a bunch of other stuff. But it's JoJo Land Rhythm. So it's that really slow color changing. And she has lots of the same color. And her prices are insane. It's like $5 a skein, plus a 20% discount or something like that. So if any of you want to know about her shop, let me know. Quinn, she's in the bathroom. I'm gonna step this way just for a second. Come here, baby. Stay away from the toilet, please. She doesn't put stuff in. She likes to open and close, but she's figured out that she knows how to flush. Anyways, okay. First of all, so the red shawl that you all saw in my last podcast no longer lives at my house. I didn't talk about it openly because the gift recipient watches my podcast. It was actually a gift for Lisa, which if you follow her on Instagram, you've seen it. And when all the stuff that's been going on with her happened, I wanted to give her a hug. And I couldn't because we live millions of miles away, it seems. I'm in Idaho and she's in Pennsylvania, and I just wanted to hug her. And I said, I have to knit her a hug. I have to find a pattern and the yarn, and I have to knit her a hug, and I have to do it right now this second. So I did. I knit her the most squishiest, luscious hug I could find, and didn't tell her, didn't tell you, didn't tell anybody except for Coggy, because she was in the knit along with me. And she's like, wow, you're going really fast. And I'm like, well, it's kind of as a gift. And she's like, okay. So anyways, but it went to live at Lisa's house, and she was wearing it even though it was 83 degrees outside. So anyways, it was wonderful to knit it for her. And my mother-in-law was with me when I was finishing knitting it, and she fell head over heels in love with it. And she doesn't usually ask me for knitted stuff. Sometimes she'll, like, because she knows I've been making her stuff for Christmas, sometimes if she sees something during the year that she absolutely falls in love with, she'll say, if you decide that you have, if you have knitting time at Christmas, I saw this and I really would love one. And with that shawl, she said, please, 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 will you make it for me? Please, please, please. And since she begged so nicely, I thought that I could probably do that. And I loved knitting that pattern. To be honest, I didn't even like that pattern out of the book. I'm not gonna lie. I decided to make it because I needed some garter stitch therapy, and Coggy was doing it. I was like, sure, I'll do that. It'll be fine to have. Oh, it was so much fun to knit. So mindless, but yet keeps your attention. Anyway, so my friend had 6 skeins. This is called Sable, and this is old yarn because she has bought out the inventory from a couple of shops that went out of town. So here's what it looks like. It's just really rich, beautiful, dark purple. It's a DK weight, and it says it is 70% merino wool, 30% French Angora, 140 yards for 50 grams. Like I said, 6 skeins of this will be enough because the stuff I used before had 110 yards per skein. And I went and I started the 8th one, but I did the math on this, and I will be fine. So, and I actually did more on that one because I wanted to use up as much yarn as I could. So I'll do that with this too. I'll just go until I'm close to being out and then do the edging and bind off. So anyways, I got 6 skeins of this. They ended up being only $6 a piece. So yeah. Then, okay, so that was what I was looking for in addition to the sock yarn. I did not buy sock yarn, just so you know. But hey, I spent money on everything else. I grabbed 3 skeins of some cotton. This one, the ball band fell off of, and it had started falling apart. And she's like, I'm going to discount that for you even further just because it fell apart. And I was like, all right, it knits up or crochets up just the same, but sure, I'll take another discount. So anyways, I just grabbed some of these. This is a different brand. I'm not going to put them together or anything. I love having the dishcloth cotton around to whip stuff up really quick, or to try to, especially if I'm wanting to learn a crochet stitch, because this is stiffer. I don't lose the stitches, and I like using this or like a red heart type yarn, just because it's really sturdy. And so anyways, or like a Cascade 220 even. So anyways, got those. But wait, there's more. I'm starting to like lose some energy. All right, 2 more things to show you. So I'm looking over in her sock yarn, right? And back in February, I made a cup cozy, a royal purple cup cozy. And I loved the yarn. It was a beautiful cabled yarn, and I gave the rest of it to my friend, and I loved it. I'm not a big purple fan for myself, but it was a beautiful purple, and I really loved the yarn. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit, 5 skeins of this gorgeous teal colorway. You all know how I feel about teal. Teal and turquoise are my favorite colors besides orange and red. So when I saw this, it's looking a little more green right now, but anyways, that's the cool thing about teal. Sometimes it's greener, sometimes it's bluer, but I saw it and I was like, ooh, and then I kept pulling out and was like, oh, there's 5 of them and I'm holding them. And I was like, I'm looking at the yardage and I'm trying to be responsible, you know, and I'm like, well, do I really need it? It doesn't matter. It's my favorite color, and there's 5 skeins of it. So I was just like, plop, I'm going to buy these, and I already know I'm going to, and I don't even care what I'm going to use them for. Anyway, it's a 50-50 merino acrylic blend, and there's 148 yards. So 5, 6, 7, 750 yards of a DK. Let me see, 280. Yeah, about a DK weight. So that's a decent amount. I could make like a vest or something with them. So that's actually more than what I have of this. So anyways, I'll probably do like a vest or something. I love the color. Lastly, I'm standing over there looking at the JoJo Land, and I happen to see this. It's looking red on my screen. It's actually a really nice, kind of a darker fall orange in her Cascade 220 bin. And I was like, wow, that's really pretty. Hey, look how pretty it looks next to this red. And then I was like, oh, hey, look how pretty it looks next to this brown. And then she's like, you know, I have more. Okay. Look how pretty it looks next to this green and this gold. Is that beautiful or what? Her price on this is insane. It's old pricing, and so they were like $660 a piece. Yeah. Oh. So I have a beautiful fall sweater in mind. Originally, I was like, well, I could just do these, but I remembered a pattern by Laura Ayler called Hey Cove. Yeah, that has the these five these five colors in stripes, but then it has a black in between, which normally people don't put brown and black together, but this looks really good. And they have a pattern where they kind of do this. They have some color work for a couple rows. It's gorgeous. And I'm kind of leaning towards making that. I'm sorry, I have a piece of skin that has kind of come loose. I'm kind of leaning towards making that, but I'm not 100% committed to it because I do have 1,100 yards here, which is enough to make me a sweater. But anyway, I'll decide. I'm not ready to cast on yet, but don't those look amazing together? So break those up a little bit. Oh, anyway. There we go. I don't usually have that much acquisition. And come here. Do you want to come say hi? Who's that? Say hi. Say hi, baby. She's teething, so she has a little bit of a runny nose. Oh, I have a hair on my nose. There we go. Say hi. Are you going to say hi? Hi. Say hi. Hi, Quinn. Say hi, Quinn. No? You're not going to talk? She doesn't even know anybody's watching either. She's just being shy to herself. Is that Quinny? Hi, Quinn. Hi, Quinn. Phone? I don't have... My phone's over there. Say hi, baby. Hi, Quinn. On the phone, we have a game where it talks back to you, and so she says hi, Quinn, and it says, or she says hi, Quinn, because that's what she says. Hi, Quinn, and it says hi, Quinn, back to her, and so she's saying that that's on the phone. Phone, is that Quinn? Can you say hi, baby? Usually when she sees herself, she says phone. Hi, Quinn, on the phone. Hi, Quinn. Is that Mama? Do you see Mama? Baby. Are you up? Should we say bye-bye? Hi, Binky. Do you want to say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. Quinny, say bye-bye. Hi, Binky. Say bye-bye. No, she doesn't understand. Just wave. Bye-bye. Have a great week, and until next time, keep knitting. Bye. Hey, so I realized that I forgot a couple of kind of important things after I finished recording. Well, actually, it was a while after I finished recording, so I'm going to throw those things in here at the end. Since I had a second to think about it, and since it was close by, I figured I would show you the square that I forgot to grab last night, the mini square. So here's the July 1, June? Oh crap, what did I say it was? June. This is June. July was the plumage one that I was working on. Here's the first half of that triangle. It's just that beautiful bright yellow that I was talking about. Anyways, I figured I'd grab those since I was going to be talking to you again. Okay, a couple things. The going on / coming up segment that I said I wasn't going to be having, but unless I needed it, well, I need it. For any of you who live even kind of semi-close around here, there's an event called Trailing of the Sheep that's the second weekend in October. And it's based on, it's a whole fiber festival weekend based off of the Basque shepherds who move their sheep from the higher elevation down to the lower elevation in the fall for winter. And I mean, it's not just fiber related. That part has kind of come on afterwards. There's really cool cultural things and you know, dancing and food and sheepdog trials and all that kind of stuff. And on the Sunday, they actually parade all these thousands of sheep right down through town. So anyways, I've never actually gone. I've tried to go the past few years and it just hasn't happened. So this year, some of my girlfriends and I made hotel reservations and we will be going there. So if you happen to live close enough around here and you plan to go, please let me know that you'll be there and maybe we can try and meet up and say hi to each other. And anyways, the other thing, I cannot believe I forgot to talk about this because it's kind of a big thing. I'm attempting to put a retreat together, and not a Mel-Tran Designs podcast retreat. It's more someone in the Boise area, the Treasure Valley, who recognizes that there's a need for a retreat that's close by. One of the local yarn stores does have a retreat that is not desirable to the masses. So my goal is to just get people. My target, I guess, is people who live within a day's drive, and that at the location that I'm looking at, that actually extends down to Las Vegas, as far east as Denver, as far north as northern Idaho and the Portland area, into Montana, into northern Nevada, northern California, Wyoming, pretty much all the West, Utah. Anyone else can come though. My want is to create a community of people, not create a community of people, but bring together people to create this community of knitters, because around here, I mean, there are a lot of us and we're all just kind of divided by specific knitting groups and all this kind of stuff, and it's silly. There's no reason for us to be split up at all. So the reason I say I'm trying to put it together is because I have everything planned. I have the dates picked, I have the location picked. The thing is, I don't have the money to put down for the deposit, especially because the deposit is non-refundable. And for I'm sorry, I don't have that kind of money just to take the chance and not see it. Let me tell you some specifics. I'm wanting to have it at the Albion Campus Retreat down in Albion, Idaho, Albion, Albion. It's about 2.5 hours south of here. It's gorgeous. It was built in 1901. It was actually originally built as a dormitory for men, and then there was a school there. Anyways, the people there have been so nice that they reserved us the weekend just for this month. We have this month to put the deposit money together, and they will hold that weekend because it's part of their slow season. I'll get to the details here in a second, but I'm just wanting to let you know we have to Monday, September 28th. Details. The deposit that I'm trying to get together, here's the thing. If I can get 20 people, including myself, 20 people to put in $45, we'll have enough money for the deposit. That will for sure get us the weekend, and there will at least be 20 people that come. I would love it if more would come, but as long as we can get that 20, then we can reserve the retreat center. My feet are falling asleep, so hold on a minute. I was kind of anxious, and then let's see if I can move this without totally freezing it. There we go. All right. The retreat center technically sleeps 75, but that includes a couple of hide-a-beds and things like that. I think what I figured out is that we could sleep 60, 56, something like that, right around there. Here's the thing though, if we have more people than that, there's actually a separate building that's just across the yard that's called the President's Cottage, and that's where the president of the school lived. And it can be rented separately, additionally, whatever. Um, the whole weekend. It's going to be April 21st to the 24th. That's a Thursday through a Sunday. The whole weekend will only be $200. I know that sounds way too good to be true, but it's not. um, for further specific details, I have created a group for the retreat. I'm calling it Fiber Fanatics Unite, and it's on Ravelry under Fiber Fanatics Unite. There's just one thread going right now. It's mainly just an information, questions, and answers thread. I don't want to start doing anything extra because this could still completely fall through. I mean, this is totally grassroots. I want to have a fun retreat, and we need one in this area. And if you want to come to this area, please, please do. Please come over here. If you have questions on flying in, go ahead and either ask on there or private message me or whatever. Trying to think. There's also an option that I don't know why I didn't think of this before yesterday. If we don't get the 20 people to do the deposit, and then let's say somebody else, reserves the center, we do have the option of the President's Cottage if there were fewer of us but still wanted to do it. It does sleep, I think I said earlier, but it does sleep 16. So we could, with as little as 7 people, at least reserve that. So, I mean, that's not a huge retreat, obviously, if there was just like 10 of us, but it would still be fun. We would still get to go and have a fun weekend and enjoy ourselves. So, anyways, if it's something that you're interested in or just want to go join the group and decide at a little bit of a later date, that would be wonderful. I really can't believe I forgot to talk about this last night. Anyways, I think I've given you all the information on it. Let me think. Location, date, cost. Yeah, like I said, all the finer details are all in the thread. Yeah, so go check it out. And for real this time, I will talk to you later. Bye.